For most people, the fear of public speaking triumphs the fear of death, some other crazy fears. It is consistently up there as one of the most fearful things that people are afraid of. So, as the 2020 world champion of public speaking, when did you get started in public speaking, and why do it if most people are afraid of it?
When I first got started, it was years ago. I grew up in a church, and they had this little class where different people, little kids, could get up and teach or speak or say anything. And I volunteered and just gave a shot at it and saw that I really liked it. And I was chosen to be the one to do that. So that was probably the very first thing. There was something about being in front of that audience and saying something that, and watching people connect with that and nod, that I enjoyed. I just remember that going forward. The reason why I think focusing on it is because early on, I worked in politics early. I was building a finance business early, and I noticed that the more I could really engage and be comfortable in front of one person or in front of maybe 20, 30, 50, the more credibility I had with what I was saying. So I wanted to get better at that, and that built out that first finance business.
That's interesting how it starts. And I wonder if, like, some people will say public speaking is just a talent, and then some it's a skill. And I remember the same thing of when I started public speaking. I mean, I don't consider myself a professional at it, but of course everybody has a public speaking class or a moment in class when they give a school project. And the first time it was awful because there were so many constraints around us. You had to stand in the same spot. That was an instruction. And you had to look at the left side, the center, and then the right side. And it was unattractive to me. But then I had an amazing English teacher a few years later who said, basically, forget everything you learned about public speaking. The audience is here to listen to you. And he made it okay to just let out all that energy and be crazy about it and have that space of the class be a place to experiment. And so his energy completely changed my perspective on public speaking, and it gave me that sense that you felt in those early days of, wow, this can be fun. Rather than fearful, you can turn that anxiety into excitement.
Right. So true.